Going back to Waterdeep?
We're just gonna keep walking.
That camera, I forgot to fix that camera, so we're gonna jump right over. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday Night Hero Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew, your somewhat technically inept Dungeon Master. Before we jump headfirst into the thing, a couple of quick shoutouts. I want to say a big thanks to Streamlabs OBS and Twitch. Their software and platform lets us do what we enjoy doing. And we have our sponsors. We have Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. If you put exclamation point Little Dragon and exclamation point CCG into chat, you'll get a quick link to their website. Don't forget, with Little Dragon, you can use the discount code PROBONUS, get 10% off your order. They ship anywhere on the planet, as long as you can receive shipping. You know, core, bottom of the ocean might have a little bit of trouble, but I'm sure if you ask them, they will try to find a way to do it for you. But with that being said, we will jump into what happened the last time we were together, because it's been a couple of weeks. We had a week off. So our party had come into Everland, taken a trip up north to Silvery Moon in an effort for Artemis to have a discussion with their grandparents. Along the way, ran into a strange circus, eventually making it to Silvery Moon, did a little shopping, got some nice leather work done by a elderly elven gentleman, or an older elven gentleman, with a silver dragonborn son. But eventually, we get to the meat and potatoes of it, where they went and saw Artemis's grandparents. They were somewhat surprised to find that in this household, they spoke only Gnomish. There was a few guards, a young halfling girl who was apparently, shall we call her waitstaff, but only understood Gnomish. We did come to find that the grandparents did in fact speak Common, but really sort of looked down on it. Eventually Artemis went off to have a private conversation with Grandpappy, while the rest of the group stayed down with the grandmother. We've learned that the grandparents apparently know where Art's mother is. She's right where she belongs. Art was invited, I guess we'll call it, to join ranks with the family, and promptly declined, which involved the iron bands of Bolaro being thrown at Artemis, and the party realizing as Artemis, I believe it was actually Murdoch, reached out to Artemis via message, and finding out that Art was being taken away. They managed to save Art, with Art managing to break out of said device, and the party has escaped. Lydia and Furia went to pick up their leather purchases for Furia and Murdoch at the Leather Worker, while the rest of the group sprinted out of town, where a strange, formless elemental creature appeared in front of Artemis with a chest. Artemis, given the nature of said spell, Artemis immediately knows what is within the chest. And held within said wooden crate is a letter from their mother. And that is where we pick up tonight's episode, as this strange floating creature holding a chest is standing in front of Artemis.
Well, I think last episode we actually established that I just kind of quickly grabbed it, and then kind of didn't draw any attention to myself.
Oh, okay.
That's most likely what I'm going to do.
Okay. So Artemis, very easy to do. Just the minute you open it up, and you see within the chest is a small, looks to be a sheet of parchment. It's folded up, and you can see the corners come together in this Basically, you can tell the way it's folded, it sort of meets up in the center with four corners all touching. And there is a wax seal pressed into it holding it shut. So you
Ooh.
take that and sort of slip it away and...
Before I, like, tuck it away, do I, like, recognize the seal, or?
Go ahead and we'll call this make an intelligence check. Because it's not, it's in a very sort of nice, like, gray, like a grayish charcoal colored wax.
It's, 11.
Oh, okay. So as you're looking at it, it's a little difficult to make out. You can see that the seal is on there, but best you can tell with the way the seal is, as you're looking at it, you're thinking the way the wax is, and you can see a couple of cracks in it. Looks like it's been waiting a while. This isn't something that was just done.
Okay.
But you can see on that seal, there look to be 3 concentric C's. So think of it like if you're doing an old algebra problem and you've got the 3 parentheses at the end of the thing. It looks very similar to that, but it's basically a lowercase c, then a slightly larger one around it, then a slightly larger one around that.
Okay.
It's really all you can make out on the seal.
Okay. I would just tuck it away.
Okay. You tuck that away, and then the rest of you are continuing along your route.
So did we see this creature come up to Artemis, hand them something, and then...
Well, they didn't hand them anything, so all of you would see, basically, picture it sort of like an air elemental. You see this sort of swirling, semi-transparent thing floating there, holding a wooden chest right in front of Artemis. And then again, Artemis was sort of taking the lead as you guys were running out of here and taking off.
Okay.
So as you guys are sort of catching up, you would probably notice Art, pop it open, pocket something, and right as Art pulls it out, the thing in the chest vanish. Now, Art, are you trying to hide what you're putting away from everyone, or?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Was that magic?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Did your grandparents find us, or should we go the other way?
I'm starting to think if it was my grandparents, we would not be on this plane anymore. So no.
I think that your grandparents, or maybe not them specifically, but your family line has... This seems to go very deeply. Contracts and servitude that span years and possibly even, most definitely even, generations.
I guess so. It's nothing I was ever told.
It's probably because it's not what your mother wanted for you. And now she is paying some sort of price.
Stupid. One word for it. I think the letter was from her. But if it's all the same to everyone here, I'd rather open it alone.
If that's what you want, that's fine.
Let's find somewhere to try and stay a little bit dry while the others regroup with us.
Okay. So as you guys are sort of heading off to try to find a little spot off the side of the road to get yourselves starting to dry up a little bit and get some rest while you're waiting for your compatriots to join you, we will jump back into town as your friends have already left the leatherworker shop. They've obtained all the product and they're heading out. Fury and Lydia, anything you would be doing on your way to catch up with everybody out the southern gate of the city?
Nothing in particular, I don't think. Fury, did you have anything you wanted to do? Anything else?
We've done everything that we needed to pick up. Just worried about leaving Sami. You mind carrying me as a spider on your way out?
Oh no, go for it. Does it have to be a spider though? Can it feel like a field mouse or something?
I thought a field mouse would be a little bit large, but
I just don't like spiders. But if you insist, I can put you like on my arm and walk like this all the way
well,
out.
I mean, I just stay really still so you don't have to feel all the spider. Or I could stay on your shoe and then you wouldn't have to feel it at all.
Alright, that seems like the
I
best
mean,
move.
I
There we go.
held Murdoch's shoe all the way out of the mansion there, so
True. Okay. Shoe spider it is.
all right. Turn into a spider and climb on top of Lydia's shoe and do my best to blend in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Easy enough for you guys to sort of hold on and make your way out. Fury, it is not the most pleasant trip for you on her shoe, basically because of the rain. But eventually, the two of you do make your way, and you do eventually catch up to your party. Hunker down, found a couple of slightly heavier trees to sort of not really camp out under, but just sort of off to the side of the road, a little ways within. Obvious enough that you'd see them, but just a little out of the rain.
Yeah, as soon as we're out of out of sight of the gates, I would turn back into myself and carry on.
Did we lose Oh, there she is.
Okay.
We're safe so far. Nobody's come after us.
Seem to be fine right now.
I'm gonna look up at the sky for a second.
It's just water. You drink it. You bathe in it, I hope.
I was seeing if anyone was flying above us. If people are, can wizards? Artemis, can you do that?
I haven't exactly tried.
Well, the royal you, like magic. Can you be can magic users?
I'm sure they can. I mean, it'd be rather inconvenient if they hadn't figured it out so far. Now we're
Figured out
gonna
umbrellas.
we keep walking. Do we even know where we're going?
Not really.
Our carriage is still back in Waterdeep.
Mhm.
The teleportation circle back to Waterdeep is a couple days south. Murdoch looks at her little, like, nice suit that's now all wet and muddy.
I hand you the package from the leather workers.
Oh, thank you, Furia. I don't remember if this is studded leather +1 or just studded leather with a glamour on it.
Let me take a
I'll hand out the papers from the library as well.
My coat in a nice gesture and kind of like nod over to Granny and Murdoch that they can get under if I like hold my arms up for a long amount of time.
Oh, oh, Lydia,
Like
you're
close
such
up.
a dear.
It's a Sarah would definitely be able to. Murdoch isn't all that much shorter than you.
Oh, okay.
I'm Murdoch is very big.
Okay.
So you've
I'm
got
a
that
big
little-
lady.
you've got that
Crouch.
she's like crouched under, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean, like, she'll like take her neck frill and kind of like, and just sort of wrap it around
Venus
herself.
flytrap herself.
Yeah, she'll just Venus flytrap herself in there.
She's the nectar.
Oh, the rain ASMR though that you get from that.
Ooh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at
Yeah, just tap on your ears and just. Yeah.
oh, I need a machine that'll do that while I'm trying to sleep at night.
called the noise machine.
Just hire somebody.
Baby, I need you to tap on my head while I sleep.
Okay,
Anyways,
south, I suppose, walking in the rain.
Actually, you probably got a good few hours left that you'd be able to travel before needing to arrange to set up camp. It's, again, it's a sort of dreary day overall with the rain. You're not seeing, it's just thick clouds overhead. You're not seeing many people on the road. And again, as you guys are been keeping an eye, you haven't seen anyone coming south from Silvery Moon since you took running, so.
Do you think they know where we're going?
I mean, there's not much to go. Like, where would we go?
We don't know where Aunt Mother is, unfortunately, and that would be the only place we would go, unless no one's behind us.
Make a perception.
Unless
Make a perception check.
You know-
Someone is behind us.
Yeah, I mean, we had that orb, the invisible orb in the air that was spying on Lydia way back when. Maybe they have one of those. I mean, they are
the what?
magic users. Do we know how to get rid of that yet?
18.
As you're looking, you're not seeing anything, but you do hear what sounds to be like something basically off in the underbrush somewhere behind you. And every time when you do that quick sort of whip and turn to look, you hear the sound of, and it's barely present because of the rain falling, but you hear like leaves and trees moving, and then all of a sudden you turn around and it stops. You turn back, keep moving, and you start hearing it again. You turn back, it stops.
Sarah, do you see something behind us? What is it?
No, shh. Keep walking. Keep
Okay.
walking. Do
I mean, I could gather some friendly forest animals to go check it out.
yes. Do that. Ask.
I mean, it might be, I mean, anything. It is kind of random, but I mean, I could go and see if I could flush them out.
If you disappear, that's going to make them suspicious.
No, not me. I'll just summon more. Remember those, like, really large lizards that I conjured during that trial? Like
Oh!
those.
Oh. Yes, do that.
I mean, it's either that or I can attempt to set something on fire. Don't think it'll work in this though.
You don't want to set the whole forest on fire, do you? Kind
I
of
don't know. My
counterproductive.
emotions are a little bit weird right now, so.
Make.
I do love this weather. Art, do you want to get under since Murdoch is using her neck frill? That make you feel better? A little drier.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, come on in.
Did you figure out the thing with the armor, DM? I missed it if you said so.
Oh, no, I was just letting everyone just was running along. So,
Okay.
yes, both sets are +1.
Hot diggity.
So, again, yours has the, again, we'll call it the flavor glamour on it.
Yes.
And then, Fury, I believe yours, you were tossing ideas around. What did you decide on the resistance on yours?
I decided for the infused one. I don't remember
He
what
could
it was.
infuse it with different resistances. I think you were considering poison or fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I ended up going with the fire resistance
Okay.
and just the
Yeah, because when we last left, you were still tossing them around, so I just marked down that you had
right.
it enchanted. I didn't have which one it was. So you ended up that he was able to make them both +1 sets. So Murdoch's has that glamour that you're looking for, and yours has the fire resistance. And then you said you were trying to summon some critters.
Right. I just pulled up my sheet here to see what I can get. I think I would like to try 8 CR 1/4 creatures.
Ooh, we're going to litty bitties.
We'll see what we can get.
Let's see here. Grab my thing here. Sides. Okay, there we go. We're doing the 1/4. And you're looking for medium creatures?
The list that I have here seems to be all medium creatures.
Well, no, there's one that's medium creatures, and there's one that's all creatures.
I'm looking at the all creatures list, the 5d6 list.
Okay. Now, I think a couple of those are considered large, but yeah, we can roll on that for you. Let's see.
Yeah, I would be hoping for something more like, say, a boar or
Giant frog.
giant frog, maybe, wolf, something like that. Giant owl, even, but we'll see what we get.
Yep. I'm having trouble finding it. Do me a favor. Roll 2d6. Tell me what you get.
Well, the thing is 5d6 because it's a 5 to 30
Yep.
page, but 2d6 is a total of 2.
Okay, so we get 2 plus.
Oh no.
Okay, plus. Really? Well, isn't that interesting?
Giant
Oh
frog.
boy.
Okay, so let me see here.
8 giant frogs.
8 giant frogs.
Okay, give me a second here.
80 tiny
I
ones.
am. Okay. Grabbing an image so I can share it in Discord for you folks. So you can see what,
Oh, did I get like the stench cow or something?
Nope, you got, unfortunately. But, actually, let me check D&D Beyond real quick. Let me make sure that what I just pulled up is accurate.
Oh my gosh.
I think you just summoned a whole lot of big things.
Oh no,
Oh,
I got
no.
the dinosaur, didn't I? Or one of the dinosaurs
See
on the
here.
list.
Oh no, this is considered medium in 5e.
Oh.
It was large in 4e.
Mm.
So basically, you got 8 Dimetrodons. So basically, the long 4-legged dinosaurs with the long tail and the big sail fin on the back of it.
Well, I mean, that's gonna draw attention. I guess that's useful.
Basically, what you are looking at, and I'm going to hold this up so our viewers at home can see as well. I don't know how well this is going to pop up through my camera, but
Ah,
that is what Furia just summoned.
They're me!
8
nice.
of.
It's me! It's like the lizard I am.
So this 8 of these creatures appear all around you,
One world.
and
That's odd. I've never seen this creature in my life, but here they are.
Okay.
Thing. Oh,
Oh, I thought you had to.
I reach out and
feed
I pet
the
one.
creature in order
as you
to
do, a turtle leans
summon
in a little in your.
Oh.
Nuzzles towards you a
So
little bit.
I sort of I look at them like I'm looking at a group of children. I'm like, all right, so there's somebody back there that's following us, and I need you guys to go and either flush them out or just find them. You don't have to kill them, but if you want to go fight them, then that's perfectly fine. So, but go and find this creature for us.
Okay, so as the group of them sort of turn and start heading that direction, I want all of you to go ahead real quick and roll initiative for me. There's a couple of things are going to be happening real quick here. I just want to see where people are going to fall in this.
Okay.
a
Well,
6 for me.
Okay, hold on. So we got. Nope, come on, Ben. Okay, so anyone above a 20?
I am 20.
Okay, so we got Murdoch at 20. Okay, 15 to 20.
I also
15.
have 20. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so we got Murdoch and Art at 20. Who said 15?
Furia.
Okay, so we got Fury at 15. 10 to 15.
12.
Okay, so we got Lydia at 12. Okay, Sarah, where are you?
9.
And Snowmoon?
6.
Okay.
It's okay.
And I can't remember that spell, Fury. Do they go on your initiative or do they go on their own?
I do not know.
Okay, well, you're setting them off, so go ahead and roll a d20 for me. We'll stick them on their own initiative.
Yeah, it says roll initiative as a group.
Oh, okay.
So
So roll a d20. They do not have a modifier for it.
4.
Oh,
Don't worry, Snowmoon.
okay, so Murdoch and Art. We start this as you guys are heading down, and Fury has just told these things to head back and go find what's following them. What would you? Anything you would be doing?
When the Dimetrodons first appeared, I would probably be hiding a little bit more behind Lydia. So I'd probably just be moving alongside her.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to summon rabbits or
I don't have control over what I get.
Oh,
I just know how many.
that's not
Well-
useful in some situations.
Well, they certainly make for a good distraction here. That's
Murdoch, what would you be doing?
Murdoch, I don't like to speed walk away from my problems, so I'm gonna stick my cane in the dirt. I'm gonna turn on my heel. I'm not gonna go with the Dimetrodons, but I am going to
sentence.
wait.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to wait and possibly hold. Yeah, I'll hold a phantasmal force spell. So I will
Okay.
cast it and begin concentrating on it. And the trigger will be if someone attacks us or the Dimetrodon. So if we are attacked, I will release the spell.
Okay, and does it require visual? Do you have to be able to see the person you are casting it on?
That is a good question. It says a creature that I can see within range 60
Okay.
feet.
Perfect. Okay, so that brings us over to Furia, who has just summoned these creatures and is sending them on their way.
I've sort of, I guess, stopped at this point, sort of looking behind me, watching them go off, and am unsure whether, as a group, we're continuing forward and letting them do their thing, or if we're just going to stay and watch them. So I'm sort of caught in this half moment of,
Yeah, it
are we
looks like
staying
you're.
or are we going?
It looks like, at least at the moment, that Art has continued sort of moving along, but at the same point, you do notice that Murdoch is sort of spun around and is now facing back. Again, much like yourself, waiting to see what's happening.
Yeah, so I'm sort of standing still, whether, moving forward or moving backwards. So I guess the next round will see what my dinosaur friends find, I guess.
Okay. And that brings us over to Lydia then.
Lydia doesn't know what to do. Alright, I'm going to hold a spell. How far away is this rustling in the bush from us?
Well, for most of you, you haven't heard, you didn't hear anything.
Oh,
Sarah called it out, and this is basically all happening right afterwards. So Sarah had pointed off. So basically, as you guys were heading south and turned back, it would have been on your right-hand side, roughly where Sarah was pointing. It was probably about 40, maybe 50 feet away from you. Not like straight back, though. It's off in the bush a little bit.
okay. I will hold a spell in case something hostile comes out of there trying to, attack us.
Okay. And that brings us to Sarah.
Well, I don't have magic, but I do have knives.
Oops, I didn't mean to cast that, but that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna stay. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Lydia, you said you're holding?
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of turn around and try to protect the small ones next to me, but kind of draw my cloak up and just kind of look off in the distance and hold my spell
Okay.
the ground, but I'm not gonna move any closer towards it.
Okay. I'm gonna brandish a dagger and just kind of just getting ready under Lydia's coat.
Okay. And that brings us to Snow Moon.
Yes, so I'm gonna kind of stop and turn around too and look back in the direction. I'm not gonna move with the creatures that were summoned, but I'll look in that direction, and I'll kind of just take a few steps and get towards the front with Murdoch, and I'll just have my hand on the hilt of my blade, just to see what happens. But I'm not gonna hold an action or anything. I'm just gonna
Okay.
kind of wait and see.
So at that point, all of you go ahead and make a free perception check for me.
Nice.
What makes it free?
Because something is happening, and I just want to see if you guys are... Because you're all sort of turning and looking at it now in that general direction. So I don't really
Very
consider it
subtle.
a passive check. You're not just maybe hearing it. You're all actively focused now where it's happening. So what we got?
24.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus.
18.
Okay.
13.
11, just like my passive.
Art, Sarah.
12.
Okay.
18.
Okay, so anyone above a 15, you start hearing some chanting. And you pick up a very sort of rough, almost like somebody gargling rocks. Just a very sort of gravelly, harsh voice, but does sound female. And all of a sudden, the wind starts to pick up in front of you. And it feels like a slight breeze. And it starts picking up in strength, getting stronger and stronger. And at this point now, there is a full, almost a gale force wind blowing from the north down south towards all of you. And then you hear rapid footsteps off north into the woods, going further away from you. And that brings us to your summoned pets. Are you leaving them to continue heading north up towards where the sound was, Furia?
Yeah, so their job was to find this person, so I'm assuming they're still gonna go after them even if they are running away.
Yeah, so as you watch as they start following, you can see that this wind is buffeting them horrendously. So
The big sails on their back certainly don't help.
Right, it seems to be making it even worse. So they're half movement right now. So as they continue, as they start moving that direction, and then we reset
let
back
them
up.
follow. I let them follow.
Okay, as this is all happening now, what is everyone else doing? You can hear this person. They're not even trying to hide anymore. They are full sprint, taking off.
It's heckin' windy.
Yeah.
Are we going after them? Do we need to see who this person is? Or are we
Yeah.
just letting them go?
No. This is
I'm
too
looking over at
coincidental.
We have to decide now.
I'm gonna start running.
After them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are running into the wind, so it is half movement.
Okay.
Well,
And how far away are they from me now?
You're not 100% sure. You didn't see them. But it's basically they were off in the woods, and then they saw Michael Myers, and they turned to just... You start hearing trees, branches breaking as they're just full sprinting to get away now. They were trying to be quiet before, but apparently that they were heard.
Thing. Does anyone want me to do a thing?
Huh?
everyone else is kind of like, it's windy, so like I don't know.
I'm on a, this is like me being on a ship. This is my element. I'm a tempest type of first things. So I'm going to do I see where that person is like going towards? Kind of like the rustle of the bushes.
It's windy now. I mean, there's
It's so windy.
You're standing in a forest now. Like as you're running into these woods, the wind is still blowing everywhere. This is it. As you're getting further in, you're telling this is a massive area of effect that this person is having this effect on.
All right, I'm going to do a thing, and you can tell me if this will work or not. In Call Lightning, it says if you are outdoors in stormy conditions when you cast a spell, the spell gives you control over the existing storm instead of creating a new one.
So I would say that you would gain control of the storm, but this effect is not the storm.
Oh, okay.
So, like as you're standing here and as your experiences, you would know, being from the ship and being a Tempest cleric, there isn't really a point when weather is just perfectly horizontal wind.
True. Okay.
It's always something. There's always other effects to it. This wind that you're running into, it's like somebody has a high-powered fan. It's just blowing air right at you.
Okay. I'm going to try to dispel magic then instead.
Okay.
The magical effect. I'm going to cast at 3rd level and try to roll.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll for it.
So. And DC is okay.
DC is 10 plus the spell level.
Not bad. 17?
Did Lydia level up to 7?
Yes.
Okay.
That is enough.
Okay.
As the wind starts to die down.
It's no longer windy.
Thank you for the commentary, Murdoch.
I'm sorry. Sometimes Dylan pleads it.
We're in my domain now, so this is what's going to happen. I'm gonna cast some spells at them.
Okay, so you managed. We'll say that you did that within your first couple of feet. So you do get the majority of your movement off
Okay.
into this area, and you can hear now the branches breaking as they're taking off. They're not heading straight at Silvery Moon. It's sort of off, just slightly to the east.
Okay, I'm still giving chase, so.
Okay. So the rest of you watching is Lydia seems to be charging into the forest.
As the wind stops out, I'll start running after her.
Same.
Yeah. Looks like we're following, and I'll take off.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
Well, Artemis, we were at the top of initiative, so I'm standing here with you. Do you want to run?
Guess it wouldn't make sense for my grandparents to send someone that's not going to just immediately outright grab me, so I guess.
I'll offer my hand.
Oh.
No.
Oh, hold my hand! Hold my hand! We're going! We're going!
I ain't quitting
Keep
you.
holding my hand!
As you all are chasing through, let me just pull up my little notes here. So,
There goes that second level spell slot.
how long is realistic? You guys are pretty much evenly spaced right now as you're trying to dodge during the storm as you're running through everything. Are you guys planning on chasing until you catch them, or what are you going to try to do to get yourselves closer? Any other
Yes.
plans you have? Because basically, if you guys are just out chasing this person as they're running away, you're not really going to close much distance.
As soon as I
mean-
can see sort of where they were at or where they were going to, within 90 feet, I would cast Entangle to try to catch them, or at least
Okay.
slow them down for 20 feet.
Okay, Murdoch, what about yourself?
Mine would be similar, that if I feel that they're within 120, I would try to dazzle them with a hypnotic pattern.
Okay. Those are both areas I don't believe you need to see somebody to do those. Okay.
It also depends how my buddies are doing, because once I cast Entangle, my dinosaurs will disappear.
Yeah, so now that the wind's gone, they're moving up and they're actually, let me check their movement speed because I got their sheet up here.
I think it's 20?
No, they're actually 30.
30?
So they're
Okay.
keeping right up with the rest of you. So you guys basically have the 14 of you sort of fanned out a little bit, just chasing after this.
Are we gaining on them at all, or are we just even keeled with them?
Right now, it's they're dashing, you're dashing. So it's.
I do around 35, so am I a little bit ahead of
Oh,
everybody else?
Yeah, so if you've got 35, then yeah, you are slowly. Lydia took off first, so it takes you a couple of moments, but you're catching on Lydia and you're starting to pass Lydia and starting to catch up towards where you can see it. About 10 or 15 minutes goes by as you guys are just sort of charging into the forest around Silvery Moon. And you actually start to come to where the trees are starting to thin out. Looks to be like there's a small clearing coming up ahead. And as you're getting towards this clearing, go ahead, all of you, make a perception check. As the trees are starting to thin out and you can sort of see into this middle area.
11 again.
It's not a hard check for this one, so.
I got a 24, so that might be overdoing it.
I got a
17.
21.
Okay.
23.
6.
Okay, apparently Sarah got distracted somehow. But the rest of you, you only need a 10 to be able to see this. As you're starting to see the trees are thinning out a little bit. You can see this small clearing. It's no more than maybe 40 or 50 feet across the entire width of it. And as you're looking into it, you can see there are a couple of small flowers on the ground, a small stone circle in the middle of it. and a slightly iridescent pool of water.
Stop! Stop!
As you're seeing this, you also see a person charge and literally jump and start diving towards the water. Now, 2 of you said you had things held. 1 for Entangle and 1 for Hypnotic Pounder. That was your plan.
Mhm.
Are you still going to try casting those as you're seeing this?
I would, as obviously my dinosaurs have not caught up.
Honestly, yeah, I also would.
Okay.
Mine is a 30-foot cube, so it might get some of the dinosaurs.
That's fine. The dinosaurs are going to disappear as soon as I do my thing.
Yeah, so, okay, what are your 2 saving throws?
Wisdom 15.
Strength saving throw of
Okay, so we have Wisdom 15, so Murdoch was higher on
14.
the... We'll have Murdoch's first. Okay, so they are going to save the Wisdom save. That's a 19 on the die.
Didn't have time to give them the thingy. Yeah. Okay.
And, oop, that actually... You said a 14?
14.
Take a look here, because they may be slowed a little bit.
Yeah, it is difficult terrain,
Yeah, so they...
whether or not they save.
Okay, so yeah, they do make the save so they're not stopped, but it does slow them down a little bit. So as you 2 have cast those 2, that probably will buy, as you're seeing, this person is right next to this and looks like they're about to dive headfirst into this. Art, Lydia, Sarah, Snowmoon, anything last thing? It looks like this person's about to go diving into this pool of water.
Throw something at them.
How what's the distance between us and them still? At least myself and them?
Probably about 30, maybe 35 feet. You guys are
Not much I can do.
just coming to sort of, as the trees are starting to break up, this person's in the middle of this area, getting
Could
ready
you,
to
like-
dive in.
Could you football tackle them?
I could try. I don't think I'll be able to close the gap.
I would say,
time, but-
realistically, your distance, if you wanted to run 30 and try to, dive and tackle, I'd let you do it. It's only 5 feet.
Alright, yeah. I'll give that a shot then.
Okay. So,
Snowmoon's gotta football tackle somebody in this game!
You just want to see him football tackle someone.
I just want to see him football tackle somebody.
How
okay.
far away would, sorry.
No, go ahead.
How far away would, Art and Murdoch be?
Oh, you guys are probably all right in this together.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's Furia was getting a little ahead of you guys, but you were basically sprinting through a forest. It's not like it was running down the street. So while she was having a little easier time, she's also used to the forest. It's not like you guys were getting left in the dirt.
Okay.
Snowmoon, so go ahead and make a strength-based attack. We'll call this athletics for you.
Okay.
And we are going to see, they're going to try to use dexterity to dodge out of the way of this.
It's a 26.
I don't think they can make that. No, they
Football tackle!
Wow.
Okay.
When I said throw something, I didn't really mean Snowmoon himself, but
Okay, so as this person is charging towards this pool in the middle of the area, Snowmoon, who is running from behind them,
oh no!
dives forward to tackle this person. Snowmoon, make a dexterity save as you are now airborne. Grab this person, and you are both plummeting towards
Oh no.
the pool of water.
Wait, I didn't think about that part, Maddie. Wait, I was thinking maybe you were gonna T-bone them. Wait.
16.
Would I be able? 16 is good. I was gonna say, can I assist using Druidcraft to encourage my vines to spread up and sort of drag backwards?
Unfortunately, you've already
But-
used your action earlier.
That is true.
I will say if there's anyone else who wants to make a hand, if they think Maddie may need help, now's your chance.
Could I try something?
Going for it.
If you go ahead and give it a shot.
Do it, Artemis.
Oh boy. Well, haven't tried this before. I'm going to cast Tensor's Floating Disc.
Huh?
And
can.
Okay.
This. Yeah.
If-
No. Yeah.
However,
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Better than what I was going to do. I was going to banish him. So,
Yeah. No.
no, because the other guy
No.
would still go in the
That's
pool.
better.
exactly, but if it was
I was
to
gonna
save
just give him
Snowmoon-
some inspiration. Be like, Snowmoon.
If it was to
your
save Snowmoon
gams.
from going to someplace unknown without us, I would have done it. So, even a bit of
Okay.
overkill.
So go ahead, someone. I will give you advantage as you
Okay.
are now. Basically, as you've leapt, this disc sort of appears right underneath you to give you a basically now you've got something to try to like catch yourself on.
Okay. That is still going to be a 16, so.
No.
Okay. So
Does this look like water? Just let you know if this is water or not.
We know it's not
I
water.
know.
it looks to be a liquid. It is definitely it is fluid.
Okay.
But as you watch as Snowmoon is crashed into this person and tries to reach out and grab onto this floating disc, you watch as he tumbles and vanishes into the pool of water.
Well, I should have banished him.
I should have given him inspiration.
Oh, what does the other? Does he have the other person with
Oh yeah,
him?
he knocked that person
Whoa.
right down into it.
Look, guys,
It's the.
I'm still running towards the pool.
Me too.
No.
Yeah.
But I
Like
know
we're
what this
going
is.
towards
Yup.
No, you don't. You're Dylan. I feel like we've.
Murdoch.
I feel like
Murdoch probably has a pretty good idea.
But of course I'm going to go after Snowmoon. Are you crazy?
Cannonball!
Okay,
Oh,
so
dear.
would the and I don't know the oh wait no you lost concentration odds. Yeah, that's a moot point. They're not there anymore.
Yep, they're
So that
not there
brings us
anymore.
back to the top as you guys have watched. Actually, no, it doesn't, because after Snowmoon is when that individual gets to go. So, Snowmoon, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
I really should have given him inspiration.
I really should have banished him
That's
to a harmless
15.
demi plane.
I didn't hear you, Maddie.
15.
Okay, let me check what their DC is. As you find yourself, as you've jumped into this pool, you have this individual sort of grabbed in your arms and you feel... It's a strange sensation. You expect to feel like cool water, but as you hit the water, immediately it feels like you're actually coming out of water. As you find yourself laying on the ground in next to a small stream with a rather small female-looking individual looks over at you. Big toothy grin as she starts to look back at you. And she just waves her hand at you. And you vanish.
And this was the person that I tackled,
That you just tackled, yes.
and they were free of my grasp. And
Oh no, they were still holding you. You were still
Oh,
holding
okay,
you.
okay.
As you
All right.
came through, you opened your eyes. You still had this individual. They just looked up at you and just waved a hand at you. And you find yourself falling 3 feet as you land on the ground in front of your friends.
Oh,
Oh,
Skid to a stop.
as I hit the ground. Oh, I'm back.
oh, Snowmoon.
Actually, I had you roll the wrong saving throw. What was your roll? What would it have been if it was a charisma save?
That's
Let me check.
I forgot my save on the spell. Is your charisma
It
higher
would
than
have
your
been-
wisdom?
One more time.
No, but So I rolled a 15, so it's a 14 instead.
Oh yeah, no, that still would have failed.
Okay.
Yeah, if your charisma is lower than your wisdom, you'd still have the same problem.
Snowman's not charismatic. What?
Aw.
As you are now laying on the ground, you're a couple of feet away from that pool of water. The ground that Fury had started to have overgrown, starting to grow up around your arm a little bit. It's
Are you okay? What was in there? What happened to it? Her.
I had her for a second, and then she just sent me back here, and she was gone.
Probably for the best.
Did you?
Did you
was-
recognize her, or
I pointed out.
I don't
Yes,
I don't
that.
think I did DM.
nope.
Who?
No, I never seen her before. Did anybody else get a good look?
What you would have noticed in that couple of seconds was just the odd sort of, I guess I'll say, the odd ambience of the location where you were. It didn't. Best way I can phrase it is, it didn't really feel like home.
Oh,
It was a
I don't like that.
little it looked like you were in a similar area in terms of geographically. There were trees around, things of that nature, but you knew something wasn't quite right. It just had a different feel to it.
Yeah, it looked somewhat similar, but it felt off. Murdoch, is this one of these like other planes, possibly, that you were talking about? Is that what these are like?
For posterity's sake, do I need to make a roll to know for sure?
I'll say go ahead and make an Arcana, or I guess for Murdoch, given your line of work, I'll say either Arcana or History. As even if it wasn't something that Murdoch had dealt with, it's something Hex probably dealt
Natural 20.
Nice.
with. Yeah, as you're looking at this pool, it's definitely setting off the warners for you. Yeah, that's exactly what you think it is.
It is.
Idea. If he did end up in a different portal, maybe it wasn't the grandparents spying on us, but the other side of the family. Not their family, the other side of the feud.
Possibly. There was talk that they take from the other family, so I'm sure that the other family takes from yours. To answer your question, Snowmoon, which, by the way, everyone just step away from the water. Let's just
dangerously close to the water.
no, yoink.
Yeah, my vines are faded by now. It's been a minute.
Unless you want to possibly be gone for many years, step away from the water.
Well, Snowmoon got out just fine, and that was a couple seconds.
Snowmoon got lucky. A couple seconds could be days, weeks, years. This is a Fey crossing. I'm quite sure. Where the fairy, time means absolutely nothing there. You could go there for a day and return, and it's been a decade on this side, and everyone you know has completely forgotten where you've gone.
It wasn't very long for all you guys, right? I mean, it was just a few seconds for me.
It was seconds for us as well. You went in and then you back out.
Like I said, I think you got lucky. Did you get pushed back through?
I'm not completely sure. I think she was a magic user, possibly, and it happened so fast. I'm not sure.
It's possible if she used some sort of spell to send you back that you did not suffer the temporal effect. It may have been that if you had just fallen through, you would not have been able to find your way back as easily.
I just got that spell. I can do that to people now. Send them back to their home plane.
Well, if she did use that, at least we know Snowmoon's from here.
True.
That is true. You could have been sent somewhere entirely different.
Great. Now that's something for me to worry about because I've got this rock around my neck that means that maybe it's from another plane of existence.
Well, then the rock would be sent back, not you.
Unless
Well-
I'm. Well, the rock was found with me.
Well, if you did, I'm quite sure those spells need normally a while to remain, to have the creature remain there. So, if you actually wanted to know for sure, you could actually probably use it to test on yourself.
Just let us
Just
know
make
before
sure-
you do it, so we
Just
don't
make
worry
sure you
about
come
you.
back.
How do I come back?
End the spell early, I think.
Oh, that's how I can do it?
Does it work on yourself?
It says send one creature that you can see.
You can see
So
yourself.
you could
Yes.
technically you could banish yourself, and then as
And then
long as
we-
you drop concentration before the minute is up, you would appear back within 5 feet of where you are if something was blocking the space. If you
So if you
concentrate
want-
for the full minute,
You'll
and you are
stay
from a
there.
different plane, you stay there.
But if you want to know for sure if you're from this plane, now you can test it.
That seems a little bit scary.
Ooh. Oh.
You are all getting to the level of which planar magic is definitely becoming relevant.
Alright, so now that we've sort of dealt with this problem, people looking at us, I believe we were on the topic of exactly where we were going to go. Are we going to go back to Everland?
I'm more concerned that there might be people from different planes just popping out and trying to
Grab us?
grab
Well,
us.
we
grab
really
me.
can't do much about it at the moment. If
Yeah.
anything, we should keep
hate
moving
that.
and walk away from the portal.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
whatever this thing is.
Handle something if it comes up along the way. I mean,
Murdoch, what if we just stuck our hand into the water?
I think
Slap
that's
it.
silly.
I don't think we should play with things like this.
No. Not
Think of it.
now.
Think of it this way. Say you stick a hand in and something grabs, slap, your hand, and pulls you in, slap, and then by the time you get back here, the people, slap, that killed your husband have already been dead for a lot longer, and you do not get to enact your revenge. They died in their beds peacefully in their sleep.
I slapped my own hand away.
Exactly. Furia, to answer your question.
Portal.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
Oh.
you go. I talk too much.
If I go through the portal and I'm not from this home plane, I end concentration. Do I
You're
go
not going-
back there or there?
Don't go through that portal. Do the bandage
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yes, you would know because you have the spell.
Yeah,
That-
sorry, I'm just a bit confused.
When you basically the way banishment works is you banish the creature back to a harmless demiplane or back to its home plane. If you stop concentrating on it, it returns to the exact space where it was.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you
I'd be
cast
on the other side.
banishment on
Okay.
yourself from there, you would appear back
Yeah.
there.
That's
and
no
if there
good. Okay.
not a doorway to get back over here, you're now trapped
Right.
on that side.
Okay.
Unless you happen to be from this plane, in which case you could banish yourself back home, but
Mm.
My opinion of where we should go is go back through the portal to Waterdeep, pick up our cart, and carry on as we were before getting this news. Unless this letter that you received, Art, drags us in a different direction.
Wait, Arta got a letter.
Yes. Something popped up quite literally and gave me a letter, and it looks like it's from my mom.
Well, that's good.
So we're just going to leave, and what is our next step for Art's parents?
I was going to suggest maybe we get 2 days south so that we can at least get a roof back over our heads again. Art can read the note in private, and if it gives any information, then we can make a more informed decision. Otherwise, I think that we should go back to our original plan and go to Candlekeep. Candlekeep has answers to our questions and possibly would allow us to research ways to protect ourselves from these things from other planes. It is knowledge. It is a building of pure knowledge, and knowledge is power.
And if there's nothing to do about the latter, at least that sort of knowledge would be good. For me, at least.
Alright, let's get walking. We're not going to go anywhere just standing around. Especially without a cart.
So it doesn't take much for y'all to follow your path back through the woods back out to the road. It is between the group of you and the dinosaurs. There's a pretty wide swath of just destroyed branches and saplings and uprooted bushes. But eventually you find yourselves back on the street, back on the road heading south. Rest of the afternoon, evening goes through. And you guys, are you pushing through the night? You setting up camp like you did the first time?
I think we should set up camp.
Okay, is anyone taking
Yes, we
watches?
can do that.
I will take a watch.
I'll take a watch.
So we got Furia, Lydia, anyone else?
I would like to take a watch with Furia or Lydia.
Okay, which one?
Even or odd.
Evens!
Guess it makes Furia odd.
I guess so.
Okay, it's with Lydia.
I'll take a
Yay!
watch.
So
I'll
we
take a
got
watch as
seven.
well.
Okay, so we got Snow Moon. And anyone else? There's one more left.
I guess it will be me.
Okay. And Murdoch, you have dark vision, right?
I do.
Okay.
Neither Lydia nor I have dark.
I
Okay.
have light cantrip. I can keep
Okay.
that going for us.
So, Snowman, I would say, mechanically, would you prefer? Well, what watches is everyone taking?
I was gonna say an early one because I don't have dark vision either, but
That's
could-
that's what I was gonna
I
recommend.
have
There, it's
the-
up to you guys.
I have
I'll
the
take
gem of
second or
brightness that I can use, so I'll
Okay,
take
so-
whatever watch then.
Yeah, so we'll put Snow Moon on first watch, and then the that you run through. So go ahead, everyone, go ahead and roll roll me a perception check for those of you on watch.
22.
Okay.
Dirty 21.
And 13.
16.
And Lydia.
Oh, 19. Sorry, my mic doesn't pick me up sometimes.
No worries. Okay. So, you guys start making your way through the evening. Get your tent set up again. Murdoch takes a little extra time getting the tent set up and the cot and everything you guys picked up from Murdoch's roughing.
This time I would have cast an unseen servant, and I'm going to have Jeeves do it for me. Thank you, Jeeves. And then can you hold one of my coats over my head for my watch, please? Thank you.
Yeah, for the most part, it seems Snow and first watch goes by, no issues. You can see the rain is starting to slow down a little bit. Seems like it might start to clear up in the next few hours. Watch comes to an end. You wake Furia for the second watch. Again, Furia, it's very similar to you. You see the clouds are breaking up a little bit more. I think maybe At some point, maybe third watch, it may actually clear up completely. You can see there's, not compared to earlier, but you can definitely feel it is getting a little gusty. And you're starting to see what few clouds you can see in the sky are starting to move a little faster. Break up some. But eventually, your watch comes to a close as well, and that brings us to the third watch, which is Lydia and Sarah. Is there anything in specific, Sarah, you were looking to do where you were taking a watch with someone, or?
You had it, and then you did it one extra
Yeah.
time.
Try it again?
There.
There we
Yes.
go.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't need to get a new charging cable for this thing. Lydia,
Yes, Granny.
I wanted to apologize for the library and the subsequent screaming that happened. I am sorry. I'm not going to poison you.
Good.
I wasn't planning on it in general. I was wrong to act the way I did. I am sorry, and I told everyone about my plans and what I hope to do, and I didn't want to tell because what you told me in the kitchen in the house might have been right, and maybe I do want to do things on my own and all that stuff. But yes, I am sorry, and I wanted to join you and possibly Feria, but I'm not much of a. I did need to get a little bit of sleep. I was going to join all the others on their watch, but you're easier to talk to, and thank you for being easy to talk to. I'm gonna like pull out the little pages from the Elven cookbook, kind of just like slide them over. Whenever you have a moment, just circle one of these and just hand it back to me, okay?
Okay. Don't know what this is, because I don't think I was here for that, but that's okay.
Sarah got a bunch of cookbooks that are Gnomish, Elvish, and Dragonborn, because she's going to cook an apology for people.
Oh, Granny! You don't
That's a good point, yeah. Sarah seems to have been trying to turn a new leaf recently.
That's quite thoughtful of you. I'll just put out my arm and put it around her shoulders and bring her close to me. It's okay, Granny. Your Albert was lucky to have you, and so are we. We know you're taken care of. Don't worry.
She's gonna like take her glasses off and like wipe her eyes and then put her glasses on. We should be keeping watch, but
yes.
As you're saying that, you actually start to hear sounds coming from one of the tents. And it sounds almost like a groan of somebody in pain. Seems to be coming from Snowmoon's tent.
Oh no.
I run in there.
I'm looking up at the sky. Can we see the sky now? That's the
Yes, you can.
Uh-huh. What phase
And
is the
you
lunar
are
object
seeing
in?
a beautiful full moon
No!
Oh no.
I checked last
staring
time and I
down
forgot
at
to
you.
check this time.
It's been rainy
Oh.
for a couple of days. You guys,
Yeah.
you thought it was getting close, but unfortunately it's been storming. And as you run in, Lydia, and you look down at Snowman, you can hear basically you hear that sort of groan. It's almost like somebody who's been knocked out and is just, nursing a sore jaw. It's just starting to come to. And as you hear it, you watch as the familiar form of Snowmoon is replaced by this half humanoid, half boar.
I yell out for Furia.
I hit my tree branch on my way sitting up because I sit up so soon.
Furia, the moon!
But as you're watching this, Lydia,
Let him go! I yell down.
he still seems to be at peace and asleep.
Alright.
He is completely changed, but does not seem to be currently in a rage or attacking.
Oh, he's just a big pig.
Yeah, does he appear to be in pain still though?
No, it looks like what you're... I'll say go ahead and make a medicine check.
Why you mean let it go? He did the
I-
moon!
I
Furia,
almost.
the moon! Stop yelling.
14.
It's a little difficult to tell. You're looking at, he just sprouted hair over his entire body. He now has 2 tusks coming up out of his lower jaw. He's doesn't really look like himself. But as you watch for a couple more seconds, it seems like the transformation is settling.
Okay.
The groaning seems to die down a little bit.
Okay. I will quietly back out of his tent from whence I came. And just kind of whisper to Granny and sing Fury up too. He changed, but he's not hostile. He's still sleeping. We should just let him be, I think.
He wants to keep what's going on. He doesn't want to get rid of it. And he's never going to learn how to live with it if we keep making it go away, everyone. So as long as he doesn't start trying to hurt us all, I think we're okay.
I don't know what it is, but that makes me kind of anxious that if he'll wake up, he'll gore one of us.
I think once he, gets the hang of it, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I don't know if one gets the hang of this.
Maybe we just for safety's sake, one of us just hunkers down.
That's why we're keeping watch.
Well, I
Ooh.
meant like closer to the tent, just because I'm gonna kind of gesture to Murdoch's tent. You know.
Well, true, but I'm gonna go climb up in my tree and take a cat nap.
Okay.
Right. We'll just let whoever's on watch next know, Granny, that Snow Moon is somewhat different.
Who?
That's me.
It's Murdoch.
Who's?
Yeah.
Murdoch is next.
Murdoch is the last watch, and Murdoch, I don't think, has been told.
No one's told.
No, I
Nope,
told
nope.
Snow Moon to tell him, but Snow Moon hasn't told him yet.
Alright. Well, I will bluntly say to Murdoch, oi, Murdoch. Oi. Murdoch.
Hold on, wait, I need my glasses.
And I'm still asleep.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
We'll get to you in a moment, but yes, you are
There's
still on.
snoring happening.
Someone's
just
someone's
hear-
talking to you in your dreams. Um,
You still hear some labored breathing, but
honking, snorting.
Hello,
Does anyone
Lydia.
smell bacon?
Hello, Lydia.
Murdoch, Snowman went through his monthly time and he's trying to control it with the power of his mind. I don't think it's ever going to work because you know. Anyway, so Snowmoon has changed, just so you know.
Lydia?
Yes.
I love this. I'm gonna kind of like pull it in. I don't think we really spoke about this part to Murdoch with everything going on recently. I'm going to just hunker down next to Snowmoon's tent. I'll holler if anything happens.
Murdoch's brain is like, this raises a couple questions, but it's probably something that he should talk to me about. But her brain is also like, well, I'm really proud of him.
Well, do you want a spoon, Granny? I'll lay out on the front of his tent too, and just make sure that he doesn't burst out, and maybe he'll trip over me and I'm in the way.
Are you talking out in my tent?
Yes.
No, I went outside the tent.
Oh, I am still talking in your tent, yes. So, if
Murdoch,
Sarah
you
went
want a spoon?
outside, I would say that, well, all in good time, Murdoch, but, just be careful.
I always am.
That's good.
Lydia, are you alright?
Never.
Oh. Lydia,
I
come
sold
here.
my soul to the circus. It's kind of.
No, your body, not your
Oh,
soul,
my
your
body,
body.
not my soul. Yeah, my body to the circus.
Listen, we respect people who sell their bodies.
I don't want to sell my body to the circus, though.
You sounded excited about it a while back.
Yes, now I'm having doubts. The point is, Snowmoon's different. Give him a little bit of breathing room, or snorting room, or whatever he needs, and we'll be outside if you need it. If you
I'm
need
gonna poke my head in. I'm going to start a fire and boil some water. Would
I was
anyone
going
like
to ask you if I could have some. I was going to ask you before you went to bed if I could have some tea, and now I really think I
Wonderful.
need some tea.
Hopefully it's chamomile.
Yeah.
Not for...
Shamaname.
Shamamale.
So somebody's making marmalade tea.
Shamamale.
I knew someone once that's called it shamamale. We aren't friends anymore.
anymore.
I'm gonna come out of my tent because I feel like Murdoch wears like actual. Is it still raining?
No, as you walk out, you can see it is
Perfect.
clear, and it is a beautiful full moon this evening.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yes.
I'm so happy. You know, I'm not soiling my bedclothes. So she goes and takes a seat.
Do you need to use the restroom? Or...
No, with rain, dear.
Oh.
With rain.
Oh. I like to picture it's like a little D&D version of like those little camping stove pots.
Yep. Now, Sarah, are you planning on staying up the entire fourth watch as well? Or are you making tea and then going to sleep?
I think she would try to like stay asleep for as long as she can, actually.
Okay. Stay awake or stay asleep?
Stay awake as
Stay
long as you
awake.
can.
Oh, okay.
I want to stay asleep as long as I can.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a con save. Let's see how you do. As you're getting up there in years, and
No.
us old people need our naps.
Especially after that demon attack.
And I just wanted to know, was Murdoch able to... I was playing along for funny yucks and jokes, but is Murdoch able to pick up that these two are acting kind of weird?
Oh,
16.
yeah. So, should you choose to, you can make it through until the morning. You will. It will mean you don't get the benefits of a long rest, and you have 1 level of exhaustion from staying up all night.
It's okay, I'm not a magic user.
Okay. So yeah, Murdoch.
Lydia will carry
yeah.
me.
You can definitely.
All
pick up
right.
what they're acting
I'll
funny.
kind of park myself in front of Snowmoon's tent opening and just
Okay.
kind of lie down and try to sleep there. I know it'll be not fun, but I've slept on worse probably.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'd like to do the like mom thing of like running my fingers through Lydia's hair and kind of
Aw.
like giving her the little like head scritches to help her fall asleep.
I have. Sarah.
Yes.
First off, why are you not going off back to bed?
Oh, well, I wanted to enjoy the moonlight.
Okay. Question number 2.
Yes.
Why did Lydia tell us to give Snow Moon some space and then proceed to fall asleep in front of his tent?
Snow Moon has night terrors and has outbursts when those happen, so you need to give him space. But you know Lydia, she's very attuned with other people's emotions and wants to stay close. They're very close. Not like close, but very close.
Why didn't she try a calm emotion spell?
It doesn't work when people are sleeping.
I suppose I've never actually tried when someone was asleep. Well, that's really unfortunate.
Do you take your tea with 2 sugars or 3? I don't have any milk.
I prefer honey if it's available, otherwise just 2.
Unfortunately, I don't have any honey. Fairy's the one that talks to animals. Perhaps I should ask her to get some honey for me next time.
Okay. Is Sarah
but-
lying to me?
About the honey? No.
No. I mean, God. Is Sarah lying to me?
Hey, God.
Insight check.
And you don't even have to roll for this one because you would, just from traveling, you would have noticed that you never really see Snow Moon and Lydia, hanging out together. They don't go get lunch together. There's no coffee date. You know what I mean? It's...
But they're both tall.
Well, because Sarah, I know that you and Snow Moon are very, very close.
Yes. Well,
Probably
not
as close
close.
as 2 people in the party are. Why aren't you being honest with me? Remember the contract.
Okay. Perhaps I'm not being entirely honest. The truth is, Snow Moon is planning a grand gesture towards you. I might have let it slip your feelings for him when we were having dinner the other night, and he's been racking his brain trying to figure it out. So we wanted to try and secure the perimeter, so just in case you got curious, you didn't enter his tent.
First off, I would never enter his tent while he's asleep. That seems so brazen. And inappropriate. Unless he invited me, which he has not.
Not yet.
great-
but-
Has he stopped groaning by now?
Oh no!
Uh,
We're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get taken down.
There's no feet.
There goes the stream.
Listen, if we can cut people in half and decapitate them and go to a circus where it's a bunch of corpses dancing around.
he has stopped groaning. Again, every once in a while you do hear that somewhat almost like throaty snore almost.
Okay.
Yeah, he does not sound to be in any pain.
Okay, good.
Okay. I'm going to take my watch. You should try and get some sleep. But enjoy the moonlight. I love a full moon.
Well, don't we all?
And if you want, I can have Jeeves give you a massage.
Who?
Jeeves. He is my unseen servant. Have you ever seen magic? Well, I know you don't know magic very well, but you ever seen where it's like, oh, it looks like the laundry does itself, and they push their own chairs in and all that good stuff, and you're like, wow, what a powerful spell. No. No. That's a Jeeves. You can't see Jeeves, but Jeeves can give you a massage, make you tea.
Oh, I like busying myself with making my own tea.
Would you like a massage while you make tea?
It has been a couple years since I've had a massage. My Albert's hands did get a little of the arthritis, so he wasn't able to.
Grandpa's got arthritis! Sorry, it's a commercial.
As you two start to take care of this, we are going to jump to break before jumping back to Snow Moon, who is blissfully sleeping.
People are talking to you in your dreams. People are talking to you in your dreams.
Kill your family. Kill your family.
Find some truffles. Find truffles in the forest.
Murdoch wants truffles. Find Murdoch truffles.
Dude, have you ever had white truffle mac and cheese? So good.
So good.
Oh, we will be back
Kinda
in
bougie.
just a few moments, folks. We're going to top off our drinks, facilities, all that fun stuff. So, don't go anywhere. We have to find out how, matchmaker Sarah does in her armorous adventure. We'll be back in a few, folks. been here with us? Don't you love that freaking transition? I love watching it out here and then seeing it over there on the side too. Our party has just been taking watch, and unbeknownst to one of our party members, well, actually two, because Art was not woken up either, but unbeknownst to Snow Moon, things have been rather interesting out during the evening. But Snow Moon, we're going to jump actually to you. And your sleep is somewhat restless. Mechanically, you do still get the benefits of your long rest, but you have this very sort of strange dream while you're asleep. As you're sort of floating, just you in this sort of empty void, you start seeing flashes of your clan and being younger, and then flashes forward a few years into your training, and then your departure, and different little bits and pieces of your life as it fast forwards, meeting your current group of traveling companions, the battle on the boat, getting gored by the boar, that first battle getting knocked out into the street at the tavern, all the way up until the events at Silvery Moon, just flashing little bits and pieces and feelings. And as you're seeing this all, again, feeling like you're just floating in nothing, looking at images around the void that you're floating in. As in front of you watch as a 5-clawed hand reaches out. And as it reaches out and drags one talon through you, you watch as you split and seem to fall. And it's a very odd sensation as you're seeing this happen with no pain. Mm-hmm. As it lands down on two sides of a large wooden board. One side floating there, looking like a rather, probably about the size of a halfling, maybe a little larger, dragon. The other side, again, about that same size, wild boar. And in the middle of the, underneath the middle of the board, you can see the blade of your sword. And again, as you're watching these images start to flash around the void again, and again, it's bits and pieces from your different points in your past. You can see as the parts of it that are from your younger days and your training and your life with your clan, that small dragon seems to be weighing down as the scale seems to be tipping in its favor. Then it flashes forward, the fight on the boat and getting gored, and you watch as all of a sudden the boar side is weighing down a little more. And as you're watching these flashes, you're seeing this sort of balance beam tilting back and forth. As it then flashes as the group of you are leaving out of Silvery Moon. And you watch as all of a sudden you see an image of yourself sleeping, and then your body starts to convulse. And you see this hybrid creature laying there, wearing your clothing, still asleep, as the scale tilts down to the boar again. And then tilts back to the dragon. And as it just keeps sort of teeter-tottering there, not really setting on balance, but just keep shifting back and forth a little bit. Eventually you find yourself starting to come to. As your eyes open, you start to look around a little bit. The first thing you notice is it's early. The sun hasn't quite started to rise yet. What would you do?
I guess I would look down at myself. Am I? As
You are
I am
covered
I?
in hair at the moment.
I kind of give like a start, and am I? Do I feel like I'm in control of myself though, even though I'm covered in hair?
You seem to be at the moment. It's again, this is your own mentality looking at the moment.
So, I am awake though, or is this still in my vision that I'm seeing this?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. As you're sitting up and sort of looking around and looking at yourself and seeing the hair, you turn and look and you can see it looks like somebody's laying just outside your tent. And as you turn and look back and start looking around a little more and sort of look down, you realize as you're looking down at yourself and sort of turn back a little bit, you're still laying on the ground behind you. And as you're watching, that same form that you're currently sitting in, laying behind you, you watch as you can hear yourself sort of, as your body starts to change once more. As you can start to see the sun starting to creep up in the distance outside your tent. You watch as the two large tusks from your lower jaw start to sort of sink back down in. The jaw starts to set back where it belongs. As your face eventually emerges once more.
And do I have like a moment before I kind of regain consciousness? Like, am I still in this
You're
like
still
out
you're
of
still
body
sitting
form?
looking at your it's still you sitting looking at you.
Okay. So I'm looking down at myself. I say, Alisar, you can master this, just like you've mastered the blade. You will be able to master this.
And as you say that to yourself, you find yourself actually waking. And staring up at what appears to be a large boar. Nothing more than just the animal itself. And as it starts to fade into an almost ethereal form, it shimmers slightly, looking at you, and you can see a slight gleam in the eye as it starts to dissipate. As you watch as the body starts to expand and almost disperse, and then rapidly condenses back down and seems to settle itself within you.
And I'm awake at this point and kind of like back to reality.
It does appear that way.
So I guess I'll like look down at myself again and like that I'm back to my normal form.
Yep.
I guess I'll sit there for a minute. And I remember everything that happened.
You remember it all?
Okay. I guess just kind of gathers himself for a moment. And then just kind of and gets ready for the day.
Okay. As the rest of you start to wake up, the day is yours.
I would like to wake up a little bit before everybody else and catch Murdoch just as her watch is ending. Sort of
Okay.
quietly climb down from my tree, and in the dawn light, I'm sure you've noticed what went on last night wasn't straightforward for you. You really need to ask Snowmoon what that's about, because I don't know if he's going to tell you on his own. And people not telling the truth for him is not going to help this party. But it is not mine to tell, and it's not theirs to tell either.
Oh, I must always be Snow Moon that now I must try to bring it out of him. But if I must, I must.
And you've been with the party long enough. This is not the first time this has happened. I'm sure you have an inkling, at least, of what's going on.
I do. She kind of turns. She has no idea what's going on.
A grand gesture.
Just sort of, raise one eyebrows, like, well, if you haven't figured it out, you definitely need to ask. But next time you're unsure, just look up at the sky. And I'll, conjure my good berries for the day and start munching on one and offer one. Good berry?
Yes. I was.
If I'm at Snowmoon's tent, I'm gonna hear him awaken and kind of rap on the zipper or whatever I can, the flap.
Zip, 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 zip.
Yeah.
Rapping
Yes?
at my chamber.
Yeah, you can see Lydia sitting up at this point, so.
Okay. Yeah. Morning, Lydia.
No,
What
I'd
is
like
it?
to talk to you in private.
Okay. And just for player knowledge, do I know if the rest of the party is aware, or do I not?
You would not be certain.
Okay.
I could say, well, Lydia was sleeping right outside your tent, so take that for what it is. You know she has her own
Yeah.
tent, so.
Okay.
Listen, I know you have your own agenda with the moon thing, but you've got to move forward with us and do your best part to not endanger the party. Because what if you turn unfair on us? Like, do you want us to hurt you?
Yes, you're right. Last time this was about to happen, I went out alone in the woods to make sure that I kept everyone safe, but I need to be more careful about checking the moon.
I think we should all have a very frank discussion on how we should prevent this in the future, because the last thing we want to do is hurt you, Snow Moon, if we have to.
Yes, and I don't want to end up hurting any of you either. So, I think you're right.
Alright. Well, I'll see you out there for breakfast, and I'll just, run outside.
And then
So the day is yours as you all gather for breakfast, pack up the tents. What everyone be doing? Just
I
heading down.
made tea.
You made that a few hours ago.
No, I finished that one. I made another one.
You made another tea. I will have some tea.
Is it a breakfast tea?
It's what was in my purse. There's no labels on the tea
Lint?
bags anymore.
Mint tea?
Okay, I'll try some.
No, mint tea, Feria.
Well, you said the bottom of your bag. Good berries. I got good berries if anybody wants a quick meal.
Well, that's a meal. That's not a tea.
We
We could mush it into the tea.
I think that we should just try to make as much of our daylight as possible so that we can get back to town and then decide whether we're going to go to Waterdeep. And I think we have a lot of traveling ahead of us.
Indeed, that's why I'm suggesting good berries.
Yeah.
We can put them in the tea.
You can drink a berry, I suppose, but I find it more suitable to chew my berries.
Good berry infused.
It doesn't work like that. You have to actually eat it. You can't just infuse the taste.
What if we smush them up and make like a soup of the good berries, but a drinkable soup?
But you only need one good berry. More than one is not going to help you any. It might actually,
but
for all I know, make you explode from all the food.
Point taken.
Sarah, could I have some tea?
yes, you may. How
Yes,
did you
I'll
sleep,
take some
Artemis?
too, please.
I slept okay.
Okay.
What I would really like is some white chocolate peanut M&Ms.
What's an M&M?
It's
It's a
just what we
musician.
call them. It's just mmm.
A type of fish?
Sort of wrapper?
Like
I
a
mean, we
candy
did
wrapper?
Like the kind of wrapper that goes around candy?
Yeah, I think we came full
think
circle.
We did go back to reality, and oop, there goes gravity.
No, that was snow
So on
moon
that
through the
so on that
portal.
note, Granny now has disadvantage on ability checks.
I have no more proficiency bonus. I'm actually dead now.
You lost all your levels. You are now a commoner stat block.
I'm
You're now a
human.
troll. Yeah, given you stayed up all night, you do have disadvantage on all ability checks you make. And 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. I'm going to drink more tea.
So, easy enough for the group of you, though, to make your way to Everland. It does take you the majority of the day as you were leaving and did have a minor detour on your way down. So you end up getting to Everland. It's fairly late in the evening when you arrive. Are you planning on hitting an inn, or are you just going to head back to the tower and try to see about getting back to Waterdeep?
Like, I really want to know what I know you want to read the letter in private, but I want to know if it gives information where we should be up here or down there.
Seeing as though we currently don't have any information to go on whatsoever, I don't see us being in a hurry to get anywhere.
True, we might as well sleep at an inn tonight and rest. Maybe Art can have some alone time in the room.
Yeah. It's been a few days since I left, since that one man grossly misinterpreted what I told him about like what happened in Secomber. Has that little seed started to sprout at all here?
I don't
Was
know.
this one of the days where...
You'll be able to find out if you start wandering around the marketplace a little tomorrow, see what's going on.
Ooh, okay.
Question, are we back at the place where I might have caused a disturbance?
That's so many places.
I was gonna say, which one?
Are we water deep?
No.
No, this
No.
is Everland.
No. Okay.
I don't believe we stayed in an inn here last time. We just walked
No, we
through.
got here and
I
then
think-
left.
I think we were here for the session I was absent, so... Absent?
It might have been,
Maybe.
yeah, because
Oh,
you
yeah,
weren't there
yeah.
For the circus.
for the circus, and the circus was that
Yeah.
episode. So yeah, no, you guys popped in, you hit a marketplace, ran into a guy
Granny's
selling
very tired.
random animals on a stick on the road.
I remember that. Or we run into another one.
Oh no, that might have been after. I get confused. I'm old. Leave Granny alone.
So we'll sleep. Let's sleep here. Or I think we should sleep here and not teleport and then suddenly be like, oh wait, we needed to go to somewhere else up north.
Oh,
I
okay.
agree.
Yeah, easy enough to get yourself an inn here.
I will, sort of kick Snowmoon and look at him pointedly. Be like, why don't we all have a meeting together? sometime this evening,
Sure. Over dinner, maybe.
so we can be frank about everything out in the open.
My name's Sarah.
Who's Frank? No, I'm not actually there, probably.
Let's
Yeah,
get
but
dinner.
eventually you guys find your way to an inn. Rather a rather round human male. It's behind the counter as you guys walk in. And see, it's not overly busy in here as it is rather late. But they've got a couple of open tails. It seems to be one person running around serving people. They've got rooms and stuff. So it's up to you. Are you guys planning on popping in, eating, and then going a separate way? Art, are you disappearing immediately? What's the group doing?
I will inquire about a kind of back room if we could all just have a meal in there.
As you ask, he gestures and says, no, what you see is what I got.
A booth.
Okay.
Lydia, we could, take food up to a room. I'm sure we'll squeeze in there. I'm not
Sure.
sure what you're planning, but
What's a
about
late
as private
dinner
as-
cost?
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that.
I'll agree to that. Maybe we can just grab a bite and go up and convene in someone's room.
Oh, okay. So eventually, the group of you, those who are interested, get food. And eventually you make your way up. The group of you get rooms. And you find yourselves gathering in one of the rooms. It is a little cramped, even with the two beds in the room, just given the number and size of some of you.
Thinking that we should be all honest with each other. I just hate to lie about stuff, and I don't feel right when I do it, you know? So,
Lydia, if this is what I think it's about, are you sure it's wise to put people on the spot?
I know it's not wise to put people on the spot, but it's not wise to let people be in the dark about stuff either. Especially if a situation comes up.
Yes, and what happened last night could have put all of you at risk, so I guess it is time to talk about it. I think
Well,
all
everybody knows except Murdoch, and
yes,
keeping track of that sort of thing, I think it's everybody's responsibility, not just yours.
Wait, what happened
Right.
last night?
so I wasn't sure if everyone was aware. But last night it was full moon, and I
Oh.
did Murdoch. So I was attacked by a werebore before you joined us, and I was cursed with lycanthropy. And when the moon is full, I transform. And it happened last night, but I was able to at least keep control of myself. I had a strange fever dream of sorts, but I was able to keep control of myself.
Is that only because you were asleep though? What if you were awake? 'Cause I wanted to check on you because you were being very loud and you were all transformed, but you were just lying there, and I was afraid to wake you in case something happened.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
sounded
what
like you were in pain.
would have
I'm
happened.
sorry for the intrusion.
No, it's Okay, I wasn't really pain, it was just something of a strange experience. Like, I saw flashes of my clan, and I think of myself as a young dragon and of a boar. It was a lot to take in.
Did you not tell me earlier because you feared some sort of judgment or ire? Or was this just simply there never felt like a right time?
Yes, it wasn't exactly a secret I was keeping. I just not one to just come forward with my personal personal life and just project it out like that. So, but it could have turned dangerous last night, and as Lydia and I spoke briefly, to just clear the air.
Alright, well, I mean, my magic is almost entirely used to soothe and to lull and to keep people from hurting each other.
I don't believe that Snowman will ever get the hang of being in control of himself if we keep drugging him every time the moon comes full.
Wait, what?
Yes, I plan to keep this curse and learn to control it.
We do have Wolfsbane on hand in case, we happen to be somewhere that is inconvenient. But I think letting it happen is probably better than not.
Yes,
Right.
and I was already able to control it this time, so I think it'll be easier and easier for me as time goes on.
I mean, I was going to say, have you ever actually attacked a member of the party?
No, I have not.
Not really. I mean, the first time it happened, it was a rather sudden. But I don't actually think you actually tried to attack us, really.
No,
when
I
it happened.
tackled someone outside of that inn, but it was
But you were
not.
already tackling them before you changed, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was more us trying to wrangle you, but it didn't work.
I guess then my question is because I mean, I know as much about lycanthropy as, I don't know, someone. Maybe I know a little bit, I know it exists, but I mean, I can understand the talk of control versus not having control, but if there's actually no evidence of you doing anything outside of what you've done normally, just with a little bit more bestial ferocity, do you actually know whether or not you're in control? Or is it just an assumption?
I still trying to learn about this myself, and is hoping Candlekeep might be able to provide some more literature on the topic once we get there, but I guess rather safe than sorry, I suppose, but
Speaking of books on things, didn't we ever read those books that we got in what was that place? The short people place. I'm sorry, Art and Sarah, but the Seawolf, I believe. Did we ever read those books?
Ah,
Trying to remember.
The two books found in the library of Seawolf on shifter races and Shifter a Contagion?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't. Art, maybe you could find some time to do that. When you have time. That
Of course.
that was the library trip that we did to help find information on Snowmoon's condition. Which also was not a good library trip, honestly.
I
We should
did
probably
need-
stop going to libraries.
Yeah, it's starting to be a trend.
Yes,
No!
yes, once is
Well,
an
kinda
accident,
keep is
twice
fine, but-
is a trend.
No, Moon, have you been around people with your condition active when you were awake though? I forget if we just said this. Like, I know that he transformed during the fight. But
No, other than that one
yeah,
instance where transforming while I was tackling that individual. No.
right. Okay. Other time you were alone in the woods. Okay.
And
Well,
the other
then-
couple of times we've been drugging him.
And
So
I believe I
only a
used the Wolf's
3 times now.
Bane when on that night I went out into the woods
Okay.
as well.
Well, if you want to control it, I suggest we don't do it around people and we have people in guard to watch you.
Yes, I
Well-
need to keep better track of the stage of the moon.
I think we all do.
Yes. It just passed, so now we have a good time frame.
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
and it's the how many days are in this month?
No idea.
You
That's
hear a
good
small voice in the back of your mind go, "The same wretched every day, Pinky."
No.
30. So a month is
Okay.
310 day.
Thank you for telling me. I hope you didn't feel like your hand was forced in it.
No, it's fine. I think it was time.
Okay.
If I really want to learn to wield this, it's time to start dealing with it.
Well, next time it happens, the people that you should be around, at least, should be us. So we could at least help out in any way.
Yes, thank you.
In the same breath, though, I'm going to see if I can find a table for myself or something and see what's in this note.
Okay, we'll give you some
Yeah,
privacy.
we'll give you a space.
Artemis, as you're saying that, actually, and even right before you start saying that, you start to get a small tingle on the back of your neck, like your hair is standing up. And then all of a sudden it just passes away.
Right then, if you'll excuse me, they'll
So right now you are up in one of the rooms that you guys have rented at the inn. So you can go
Yep.
downstairs if you want to, or you can just go into one of the other rooms if you...
Yeah, I'll probably go into whichever room. I'm
Okay.
guessing that we're probably paired up per usual, so.
Well, that's up to you. If you all want your own room, this is large enough you could each have your own. But it's up to what would Art have done. Would they have gone with business as usual, or given what Art was going to be dealing with, would Art have wanted their own room?
Yeah, last time I think you had a room with Furia. And if that was the case, Furia would just go hang out in somebody else's room or go downstairs and hang out.
Yeah, no, they'd probably still keep the same thing.
Okay.
But if everybody's like in the one room, yeah. Or if Furia just like hangs out in another room, then yeah.
Okay, so you go into your room.
Okay.
And they'll dig the letter out. Give the seal another look.
Okay.
Kind of make a note of what it looks like. And then open it.
Okay. So the first thing you notice as you're breaking the wax seal is that as you start to open it, it is very, I suppose, I will say, is very minimally a letter.
And we, sorry, just an aside, we just got raided. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
well, hello, laws of gods and men. Welcome and thank you for joining us. As we're about to learn something. So, Artemis, as you've taken this piece of parchment, you break the seal, and again, looking at it, you still see those three concentric sort of little parentheses looking things. But you crack it open, and again, it is very minimally a letter, if one can even really call it that. At the top of it, in very fine penmanship, you see, "My dearest Artemis." And then in the middle of it, somewhat crudely drawn, is a mouth.
Okay.
And then at the bottom of it is just the words "I love you" and your mother's signature.
What? I guess they'd kind of look close to the letter, kind of look at it far away, kind of turn it over a couple times, just kind of
Go
a
ahead,
little bit confused.
go ahead and make a perception check. As you're really sort of giving this a once over.
Oh, of course. This is one time that I roll really low on this. It feels good.
13.
Oh, okay, well, that's high enough, given how close you are to this. As you're looking at this, and again, you hold it back, you don't really notice anything. As you sort of pull it closer, the drawing of the mouth, as you're looking at it close, it almost looks like the lips have small arcane runes in them.
Okay. Do I recognize them?
Make an Arcana check, because I don't believe you have this specific spell.
Do. Are you the same?
Arcana may be better,
same.
though.
Same base roll. 9, 10, 15.
Okay, that is exactly what you needed, actually.
Oh, that's
So, as you're looking at this and looking over some of the runes, you do recognize some of them, and you believe that this is a spell known as Magic Mouth. And that this is used to be able to deliver a message when the proper trigger is activated. And it seems that your mother sent this to you.
Yeah.
So what would Artemis try to do to try to activate the spell?
Knowing how they're going to try and like overanalyze, they probably try saying like the seal, like the little like the CCC, or that doesn't work. Um, I'm not too sure. What did the rest of the letter say?
To my dearest Artemis. And then down at the bottom is just, I love you, and your mother's name.
Mom, you know I'm not good at puzzles.
As you say, Mom,
Oh, I'm going to
you
cry.
watch as the lips almost seem to emerge from the page a little bit. It's take a much more I guess I'll say a much better artist's rendition, closer to like a 3D image almost on the page as it starts to speak to you. And let me see here. Okay. And as it starts to speak, you hear your mother's voice in a very hushed, whispered tone. My sweet Artemis, if you are hearing this, you have just fled from my parents' home. I had a friend watching. I am currently in Mount Nevermind. It is where your father is from. I was sent here and have not been able to get home. In order for you to get to me, you will need something of your father's. As there is a spell that will allow you to travel to his world. I love you, Artemis. You are more powerful than you possibly could know. See you soon. And then the message starts to repeat it. It waits a couple of moments and then starts to repeat itself.
I let it repeat a couple times. And then when I fold it back up, does it stop?
No, it just continues to repeat itself. and it will continue to do so for 10 minutes, and then it will. At that point, the spell ends. Actually, no. So yeah, it'll deliver it for 10 minutes, and then, given your Arcana check was high enough, you would know. Assuming you're still watching it after the 10 minutes, it seems to reset.
What do you mean by reset?
So if you were to trigger the spell again, it would just repeat the information to you again.
Okay. Yeah, I think Art would probably just let it repeat until it stopped.
Okay.
And they would just listen to her voice.
Okay. So while Artemis has wandered off, what would the rest of you be doing?
Does this inn also have a bar, or is there just rooms here?
Nope, there's food and bar downstairs.
Yeah, I probably have an ale or two downstairs while this
Okay.
is going on.
I would ask Snow Moon if I could buy him a drink.
If they have tea, yes. Sure.
If they carry tea.
Yes, I do not imbibe, so.
All the more pure your blood. Red wine for me, please. Tea for him.
Yep, easy enough to get it. Snowman, you've had better tea, but it's doable.
Yeah.
After making the tea, they offer a couple of different bottles from behind the bar to Irish it up, so they say.
It's just bay leaves and water.
No, thank you. Just the tea.
Yeah, Lydia, Sarah, anything the two of you would be doing?
I think I'm going to wait for Artemis to come
Okay.
back around.
And Lydia?
Murdoch,
Is
would there be
downstairs.
any? Oh yeah, I would go downstairs and find them and order a drink.
I'm Sarah.
So,
Yes.
and I'm sitting with Snow Moon. I'm like, so then I said.
Mm-hmm.
I would wait for them to finish.
So then I said, no, you're out of order. because of a Modron.
Not
Because Mechanist.
Oh,
quite sure
funny.
I follow, but
but not really.
Probably
You'd
not.
have to meet a Modron. It's very funny.
You're right about it. I like that. Thank you. Ink. Oh, Murdoch, excuse me, but could I ask you just a simple, well, maybe not simple, but just a question? Just a simple, well, maybe not simple, but
Is it a
question.
private question, or would you like to sit with us?
no. I'll sit
Is
if
it
you don't
a-
mind.
Is it a private question, or
Or
would you like to
scooch
sit
over.
with us?
No. Are there any like how would you say dimensional bad things that could happen if I tried to banish myself though? Think about doing it soon just to see.
I would
put down the bar.
I would say, wherever you go, if you go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
only a glimpse. You would want to end your spell quickly, so that you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you would be very, very far away.
Correct.
Other than that, I don't necessarily know if there's anything that we can do on our end, unless possibly a banishment would be able to be dispelled from our side, but I'm not able to dispel magic. It would be very useful skill for me, I'm sure. I think maybe Furia might be able to. But I don't know if it can be done to bring someone back across the tether.
Right.
You would be your best lifeline, as far as I'm aware.
Alright. Just something I'm kicking around. Thank
Counter-
you for always taking the time to hear me.
Of course, I'll hear any of you. You often have very interesting things to say. Counter question then.
Mm-hmm.
If you go somewhere else, then what?
Depends what I see.
Very true. Well, technically, you could practice that on anyone. Send them away, count to 10, bring them back, ask them what they saw.
I'll consider it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you going to stay?
Have another round.
Okay.
Snowman, would you like another tea? Do you do rounds of tea?
Sure, I'll take another.
How can you not? Tea's great. So eventually, as most of the group is downstairs having beverages, Sarah's still up in her room. Anything else Art would be doing, or would Art just...
No, after they like let it play and then it stops, I probably just like grab it, fold it back up, and just like tuck it away in their pack. And then I guess they'd go and find where everybody is.
Oh, okay. So as you're looking around, you can definitely hear some noise coming from downstairs. Sarah, would you have the door to the room you're sitting in closed, or would you be sitting in the hall?
I would be sitting in the hall outside the door, like outside our door, or would I? I'm gonna just say we knew where everybody's rooms are, so yes, I would have been sitting outside Art's / Furia's room.
As you walk out, you can definitely hear some things going on downstairs, but there's a little old halfling on the floor.
Oh, hello. Did you hear all that, or?
No, I just came out a while ago. I was thinking of going downstairs, but I want to just wait and see how you're doing. How are you doing?
I think good. I don't know if what just went on was a happy cry or a sad cry, or maybe a mix of the two. I'm not sure.
The two can happen together.
Yeah. So you can see, like, they're actively crying, had been actively crying.
Sarah hugs Art. Does a little there kind of pats.
It was my mom. And I mean, I knew it was going to be a letter, but I didn't expect to hear her voice, so I think that's what is getting me. But she told me that she can't get home from where she is, and there's a cat.
Oh.
As you see a small mouse and cat chase past it.
Someone let the air out of our cat.
Maybe. And, she's where my dad is from, which is a mountain. Mount Nevermind. um, and I need to get something from my father to be able to get there, and just a lot to take in. Is all.
I know it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black in this instance, but we are here to help, Artemis. You don't have to do it alone.
No, no. You all went to fight my grandparents with me, which is a weird sentence in of itself. I know. I just wasn't expecting to hear her voice. It's been a while. Where is everybody else?
Down at the bar. I don't know what Snow Moon is having down at the bar, but I think he's just enjoying the company. And everyone else is enjoying the alcohol.
That sounds about good. Right about now, and I mean, I'm going to tell everybody else about what she said. So, I'm going downstairs. Are you coming with, or?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like do the little like hold the kid by the hand and kind of like lead Artemis downstairs.
Except they're taller than you, so it's like
Yeah,
weird.
it's more like a toddler leading a fully grown adult.
It's like a toddler leading like a tween.
You know, Artemis, when you go back to your room, it doesn't have to be tonight, but I have some stuff for you to read. It's not magic. Don't worry. And give them a little head pat. Don't worry. But just I want you to look, and I want you to circle a couple of things that catch your eye. Okay?
Okay. Sure.
Here, you can look them over while we're enjoying. And Sarah's gonna pull out of her purse the gnome cookbook pages. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. And as they're walking, they'll kind of like give them a quick like look over and then kind of tuck them away.
And eventually you find your way downstairs. You can hear Murdoch and Snowmoon and Lydia chuckling over on one side. Fury is relaxing, having herself a beverage as well. Seems for the most part this place is fairly empty at this point this evening. It's getting a little later. Looks like there's only a couple of other tables still in use down here.
Artemis, do you want something to drink?
Sort of. Let me at least let you know what I I guess what I heard. Um, the letter was, of course, from my mother, which is wonderful. Um, she spoke to me through the letter. Magic is wonderful. Um, she's in a mountain called Mount Nevermind. Um, she can't get home from where she is, and I need to get something from my father. This is a spell or something, so I can get to where she is.
DM, was it something of the father's or something from the father?
Yeah, I was kind of confused on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
And,
Right.
and I'm probably an item associated with him.
Yeah. Okay.
It's for metagame purposes to make it a little easier for the players. There are certain spells that require objects
Oh, okay.
either attuned to or from the place of. So, like for plane shift, you need a tuning fork attuned to the plane you're trying to shift to. This spell that was referenced by Artemis's mother requires an object of that place. So it can be something that Artemis's father gives to them, or it can be something of his,
Okay.
as long as it is associated with that place.
Does Artemis count being something of the father?
Do you have anything from your dad already?
Give me a lock of hair.
I don't think locks of hair are something
Lucky
that parents
hair?
generally give.
Lock of hair.
Lock of
I don't think
Who-
locks of hair are generally something that parents give to their children.
You keep like a lock of the child's hair in the baby. Lydia, do you have a lock of your parents' hair? Or
Fur.
I don't really have anything of his. No.
So
I can
we
always
need to
ask him.
visit him and get something.
Yeah, I could at least send a message and ask where he's at.
All right. I
That would be a good idea.
I was looking at the map and plotting our course. I was thinking if we were able to get back to Waterdeep and then follow the tradeway down to Baldur's Gate and then Candlekeep. But where is your father?
I don't know.
All right, next form of business. Find out. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow.
Hmm.
You're muted.
Sure.
God damn it! I did it at work today. You had to do it here too. Why not? Or we can plan that a little further, because I know originally where we were all discussing were from way back in the day. But as we've swung locations a little bit, so we can play with that a little if you want to. As you are, sounds like you may potentially be planning a visit to Pops.
turns out he's right down the street.
Probably not Neverland.
Yeah.
No.
Seeing Artemis verklempt, I don't want to say anything. I just want to reach down, scoop them up in a hug, kiss them on the forehead, and then put them down without saying any words. And then just go back to drinking my drink.
Ooh. There's a good hug. We go out there.
I try. Actually, I don't. It just comes naturally to me, the hugs.
No, my ribs will remember that in the morning.
Well, if you find out any information, we can adjust the map, but I think that we should try and get our carriage back and make our way south again. The tradeway is much safer and direct route to Baldur's Gate and through there to Candlekeep.
I vote for going back to Waterdeep at least, so we can recollect. But where we go from there, I think, is totally determined on where Art's father is.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm sorry to drag everybody
Don't
around
be sorry.
everywhere. Hmm.
Not at
We're
all.
here for you.
We went on a whole island just for me, and that was like a 3-4 day journey, and we met goat people. And now we're here.
And we're in this party together.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
And that is probably a wonderful place for us to end our session this evening, as the party is making their plans and preparing to probably have a couple more beverages before heading off to bed for the evening. But so thank you those of you who have hung out with us. Thank you again to Laws of Gods and Men for dropping in and rating us this evening. We greatly appreciate you stopping by with us. We will be back again next Monday for our continuation and find out where our party is heading to next and what potential trouble they can get into. And that is not muted, so I'm hearing myself, and y'all at home are going to hear that twice too. Joy! But got that, so it'll only happen once. So we're going to go ahead and head on our way up. But before we do, we are going to actually take those of you who are still with us and toss out, swing by, and raid one of our friends this evening. Because, hey, I had thought to check, and we've got a few people on. So don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, folks. Hang on through our stream ending screen for just a moment, and we're going to swing over and raid one of our friends.